Hey everyone, welcome to this psychology lecture series. In this video, we are going to talk about functionalism. Functional psychology or functionalism largely replaced structuralism in the evolution of psychology. Rather than focusing on the mind's components, functionalism concentrated on what the mind does or the functions of mental activity. Edward Thorndike is known as the leader of this movement. Edward Thorndike is best known for his experiments with trial and error learning. William James is considered to be the founder of functional psychology, but he would not consider himself as a functionalist. James' functionalism was inspired by Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection. Some of the notable people with respect to functionalism are John Dewey, George Mead, Harvey Carr, and James Roland Angell were some of the important figures in functionalism at the University of Chicago. James Cattell, Edward Thorndike, and Robert Woodworth were important functionalists from Columbia. John Dewey, an American psychologist and philosopher, was behind the organization of functional psychology in Chicago in 1894. His first important contribution to the development of functional psychology was a paper criticizing the reflex arc. James Angell played an important role in the emergence of functional psychology. He argued that mental elements identified by the structuralist were temporary and only existed at the moment of sensory perception. Angell presented three major ideas with respect to functionalism. First one is that functional psychology is focused on mental operations and their relationship with biology, and these mental operations were a way of dealing with the conditions of the environment. The next one, mental operations contribute the relationship between an organism's need and the environment in which it lives. Its mental functions aid in the survival of the organism in unfamiliar situations. Finally, functionalism does not abide by the rule of dualism because it is the study of how mental functions relate to behavior. William James argued that the mind should be a dynamic concept in opposition to Titchener's idea that the mind was simple. James' main contribution to functionalism was his theory of the subconscious. James said there were three ways of looking at the subconscious in which it may be related to the conscious. First, the subconscious is identical in nature with states of consciousness. Next, it is the same as conscious but impersonal. Finally, he said that the subconscious is a simple brain state but with no mental counterpart. His other contribution to functionalism are the effects of emotions and the usefulness of instincts and habits. In 1901, Joseph Jastrow declared that functional psychology appeared to welcome the other areas of psychology that were neglected by structuralism. Edward Titchener argued that structural psychology preceded functional psychology because mental structures need to be isolated and understood before their function be ascertained. James Watt was an important person in the field of functional psychology in Britain. James Watt influenced the adoption of functionalist view in British psychology, and it later served as a turning point for the development of cognitive psychology. Mary Calkin's School of Self-Psychology is considered as a place where functionalism and structuralism could unite under common good. As of today, functions of consciousness is an active topic of study. Functionalism influenced the development of behaviorism and applied psychology. In the next video, we will talk about Gestalt School of Psychology. I hope you find this video useful. Please share these videos with everyone who is preparing for this exam, and Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.